from the Daily Mail revealed Dr. Anthony Fauci confesses he made up COVID rules, including 6 feet social distancing and masking kids. And here we have another piece of state the obvious news, right? We just saw that, mass amnesty, we're going to let the illegals run roughshod, as if we already hadn't been doing that. But now Fauci says, oh yeah, it was all made up. We knew that. I mean, this is absolutely insane because they destroyed lives, mine included. They ruined everything because they were so scared of Rona, and then come to find out, we didn't really know. We don't know. We just were, we wanted to get Orange Man, and we kind of wanted to gain more power and money, which they did all of that. But my name's Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that fun stuff. I'm absolutely begging you.
I'm begging you, please. Come on, please.
Because it would help me a lot, and it would cost you nothing. But if you wanted to help me even more and spend a little bit of money, go ahead and buy my book, New York City 2020, Gotham Unglued, on Amazon.com. That link will be in the description. And I was in New York. I'm not from New York, but I lived in New York for several years, and they destroyed everything. It has not returned. It is not going to return. If they started doing everything correctly yesterday, it would still take 10 years. I've said that a million times. Same thing in San Francisco. But they destroyed everything on purpose to gain more power, control, money, and of course get rid of Orange Man and the rest of the country. The rest of the Western world, I should say, is also able to, give more power to their tyrants, but these are things that we already know. So, is it good that they're admitting it, or is it bad that they continue to rub this nonsense directly in our faces? It's time, boys. Fauci said he does not know where the 6-foot social distancing rule came from. Yeah, we've heard that before, but somebody knows where it came from. You can't just pretend it, or it created itself out of thin air and made commercials and news talking heads recite the line over and over and over again, and it didn't come from anywhere. No, it came from somewhere, and you know where it came from, but you just don't want to tell us. He also said that he was unaware of studies recommending masks for kids. I mean, bro, these are things that we all absolutely knew, and if you voiced an opinion outside of the mainstream media, you would be basically deemed a criminal.
This kind of behavior is never tolerated in Boracua. You shout like that, they put you in jail. Right away. No trial, no nothing. Journalists, we have a special jail for journalists. You're stealing, right to jail. You're playing music too loud, right to jail, right away. You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail. You're charging too high prices for sweaters, glasses, you right to jail. You undercook fish, believe it or not, jail. You overcook chicken, also jail.
You would be removed. I've had videos removed from YouTube, posts removed from Instagram, because they didn't blindly obey this. And we just saw the other story from CBS about, reality as Trump supporters see it. What reality? You mean the reality that we all actually live in, and the people creating a false one want you to live in theirs? And as the old saying goes, the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth is 6 to 8 months. And this is it's okay, a little bit more than that, but everybody already knew. We all already knew that it was complete bogus. I guess maybe there's still some people in their basement with 6 masks on who think that it was all true, right? Because, of course, we know now that it is easier to trick someone than convince them that they have been tricked. Bombshell testimony from Dr. Anthony Fauci reveals he made up the 6-foot social distancing rule and other measures to, quote, protect Americans from Rona. Republicans put out the full transcript of their sit-down interview with Fauci from January, just days before his highly anticipated public testimony on Monday. They plan to grill him about Rona restrictions he put in place that he admitted didn't do much to slow the spread of the virus. Yeah, that was all made up. Kids' learning loss and social setbacks have been well documented, with one National Institute of Health study calling the impact of mask use on students' literacy and learning very negative. And you didn't have to be a doctor. You didn't have to be a lawyer, a scientist, a doctor to realize this. This is crazy, right? Like, we're a whole bunch of people who saw straight through this from the beginning, never pretended to be the smartest people in the room, but it was just common sense. And they are working hard to make sure you ignore that. on every level. Of course, starting with the idea that a boy can become a girl or a girl can become a boy. If you believe that, everything else falls into place. And the impact from social distancing caused depression, generalized anxiety, acute stress, and intrusive thoughts, another NIH study found. And this is another divide and conquer strategy. They were trying to tear people apart and make you scared of your closest family members. Speaking to counsel on behalf of the House Select Committee on the coronavirus pandemic earlier this year, Fauci told Republicans that the 6-foot social distancing rule just sort of just appeared, whatever. It just appeared. Well, you made it up. It didn't come out of thin air. Somebody made it up. Somebody pitched it and pushed it hard. And that was, looking back on it now, that was one of the first to go by the wayside. I think it was even 2021 or maybe 2022 when they said, I think Forbes magazine, obviously several publications picked up the story that it was completely arbitrary and nobody knew where it came from. Fauci saying he doesn't know where it came from, but somebody knew. Somebody made it up. Somebody wrote it on a sticky note and left it on a conference table and we don't know where this came from. It's crazy. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize that this is all a complete scam. But you could actually forget about this. We're going to allow the illegals in, and we're going to ask you to protest for fentanyl Floyd, even though you should be scared of Rona. We're going to burn everything down. We're going to change all the rules. We're going to change the laws. And if you question any of it, you will be deemed a crazy person and a criminal. So, look, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. But if anybody is paying a tiny bit of attention, you'd have to say, all right, this is enough. And we saw it, like maybe January 6th wasn't the best way to do it, but when people try to stand up to it, they call you a criminal. And the media apparatus, the machine, is so strong that some people believe it. But on the plus side, that is all falling by the wayside, right? I mean, they want to call everybody, Trump himself, of course, is a criminal, but when you actually have criminals on the opposite side of the political spectrum, they don't see any consequences, right? And that is the reason, or that is proof that we are in a civil conflict, and until somebody faces consequences, there's just no coming back from this. I don't recall. It sort of just appeared, he said, according to committee transcripts, when pressed on how the rule came about. He added that he was not aware of studies that supported the social distancing, conceding that such studies would be very difficult to do. In addition to not recalling any evidence supporting the social distancing, Fauci also told the committee's counsel that he didn't remember reading anything to support masking kids would prevent COVID. Okay, well, yeah, just mask the kids. Actually, you know what? Take them out of school and replace them with illegals. That'll be the best way to do things. Do you recall reviewing any studies or data supporting masking for children? He was asked. There's a little picture of, picture of the transcript, I suppose. Do you recall when discussions regarding kind of the at least 6-foot threshold began? The 6 foot in school, 6 foot overall. I mean, 6 foot was applied at business. Yeah, it was applied in schools. It was applied here. At least how the messaging was applied was that 6 foot distancing was the distance needed to be. I don't recall. It sort of just appeared. Sounds like he's hiding something, right? Because it can't just appear. You were the one calling the shots. It can't just create itself out of thin air. But this is how stupid we are. However, on the plus side, I'm trying to remain glass half full. This has to be the end of the line. I keep saying that, when I think we hit rock bottom, we go even lower. But this has to be it. You are literally admitting you have, Dr. Mr. Science, I am the science. If you don't trust me, then you're disrespecting science. Admitting that it was all fake, that we knew everything. But are the people who were forcing this on you, all the businesses in San Francisco and Los Angeles, the crazy businesses that force people to comply with this, are they going to say, oh, wow, that didn't make sense? Or all the people that forced other people, all the crazy Uber drivers, all the plastic, all that nonsense, are they going to say, oh, yeah, that was wrong? Or are they so deep in that they are going to stand against being told that they were wrong, even though they are being told that they were wrong by the people who told them what to do. I mean, this is a complete mess at its very best. And, you know, without tooting my own horn, it was obvious from day one. I might have, he responded, before adding, I don't really recall specifically that I did. Wait, what's the question there? Do you recall reviewing any studies or data supporting masking children? Okay. And then there's the photos. I'm not going to read that, but I might have, he responded, before adding, okay, so, yeah, oh, maybe I did. Right? When you have control of everything and you are dictating the rules for businesses and schools, all of that stuff, and then you just say, I don't know, maybe I did. This is crazy. Look at this little rat-faced weasel. I cannot stand this guy. They're all so despicable, right? And look, the shout out to the Daily Mail. They do have the longest, and here's this guy. I did watch a video of him being grilled by Marjorie Taylor Greene specifically, but he fielded questions from a lot of other people, and he was super smug and disgusting, and he didn't talk into the mic because he knows nothing is going to happen to him. We are now admitting that we were completely, I guess wrong, if you want to put it nicely, but manipulative scam artists at the worst, right? So they've admitted this. They've also admitted the secret cabal that saved the 2020 campaign. They've also admitted that the Trump conviction is a zombie Franken case. They're admitting everything. Unfortunately, nothing's going to change. And if somebody attempts to change something, they will immediately be deemed a criminal. Look, everything's backwards. These people are movie-level villains, and anybody willing to take a stand, anybody willing to mention it, is immediately going to be lambasted as a criminal, while the real criminals are allowed to run roughshod.